Hey, this is Old Gaming Guru. I'm actually diving into Last Epoch. Honestly, I have found PoE 2 to be better now, but just still a little bit boring. I don't know, I just haven't run through everything so many times in PoE 2. I just wanted to come back to one of my favorite games, especially since it just launched its new release 1.2. And I love this game. I have to say I like the end game of PoE 2 better, but I do love how fluid this game is and the theory crafting that can go on here. And so I'm really kind of excited to see how the game is morphed. All right, so what am I playing this league? All right, so we've got a Void Knight here. And right now, let's go ahead and bring up my tree. Spec is pretty much standard Sentinel. We go with defenses and more defenses. So we're picking up armor, vitality, and damage from nearby enemies reduced. Right now in Void Knight, we're going into endurance, which is going to give me more defenses and also 2 more damage. So I'm going to build up this damage here. And since I'm using throwing, what I'm moving towards here is void waves. I'm going to go ahead and go Autobomber. It's one of my favorite characters in Last Epoch. Supposedly the buffs they actually gave to this class are amazing, so I can't wait to try it out. Alright, so Last Epoch. Um, is it as good as PoE 2? You know, I'd say right now they're both. I've played both a lot, and I think that you get a different experience with the Last Epoch than you do with PoE. And there's a lot of things I don't like about PoE that seriously is Last Epoch does a great job of improving. Um, Scrolls of Wisdom is definitely one. The crafting system in Last Epoch is 10 times better than PoE and 20 times better than PoE 2. Uh, I just find this to be a very intuitive, very friendly crafting system. Combat and everything else is a lot less punishing in Last Epoch, and it makes the game just much more accessible. The crafting system and combat make this game a lot more accessible than PoE 2. The skill system in both is great. I'm going to have to give the edge here to Last Epoch because it's just not so complex. PoE 2 can be, and PoE 1 have got a very complex crafting system. You can see here how fluid the game is. It just is a great game with good design. It gets rid of a lot of things you don't like about PoE 2. The RNG here is way more generous. You actually feel like even low levels you're accomplishing something. And so you can see here I'm using hammer throw. This is my main. Makes a nice little soaker here that they screens mobs. And basically you can get the playstyle here. Now I can put in lunge and other things, but basically I'm just spamming hammer throw right now until I get to devouring orbs, and that'll be my playstyle. So really, really quickly, if you just like a fun game, it's a little bit less mentally taxing and a lot less punishing than PoEs. I think this is a great alternative, but I'm really looking forward to see them really ramp up the end game here. And one of the things that PoE did adopt is getting rid of portal scrolls, which I absolutely loved. This game has never had portal scrolls portal anytime once you learn the ability. So you can see this guy is very capable of taking on this particular level. You know, if I want to, I can throw a rise in. It's my W key, but mostly I'm just using the hammer throw. It's just so wickedly overpowered. One of the things that's nice about Rive, I've got to actually raise. It'll actually summon minions as I use it. So I've got that spec'd out in there. Alright, let's go ahead and go back. Oh, whoop. Not done here yet. Got a bunch of rats to clean out. Oh, that looks like a boss. So here, you'll see I got flaming swords that come when I Rive on bosses. Now Rive doesn't do damage. I got this treasure over here, so let's go get him and see what he gives me. Okay, I meant to portal back, but I'm still showing you gameplay. I'm just showing you a little bit of Rive. W key. You can see here I'm really depending on my hammer throw to kill things. It does so pretty rapidly. I just have basic gear right now. Alright, so now that we've got that done, I'm getting more mobs again. Oh, I forgot to pick up my voodoo. Yeah, like I said, if you want something that's not quite as punishing and not quite as mentally challenging, I think this is a lot more fun. And so let's go ahead and portal back. Alright. So, you know, no identify scrolls are needed. Is when you pick stuff up, it's identified, you can break it down into its components. It's just, like I said, a much better crafting system. I'm surprised PoE2 didn't actually adopt more stuff from this game, because it's really, really well done. It respects the player's time, and you're not constantly chasing after currency to craft stuff. The only currency that is hard to get when you're low levels like this is the stuff that breaks stuff down into its components. But just a great game overall. You know, like I said, I'm just following a nice simple path right now. Hammer throw will add chaos, and as soon as we get devouring orb, we're going to switch over to that, because it's just an incredible skill, especially when you have it on autocast. And the autocast in this game is just really easy to do, and it's just excellent. So that's it for this episode. This is the Last Epoch. I'll keep this guy updated and let you know how he's doing and how I find the new version of Last Epoch. But Old Gaming Guru out.